Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today for the Best Buy Canada blog, and this time I'm taking a look at an interesting new product called the Smart Cube Bluetooth Smart Lock, which is a small app-controlled lock that's meant for use with your various cupboards, cabinets, drawers, and whatnot. Basically any place where you want to store property and keep it safe and secure. And of course, since it is app-controlled, that means that you can lock and unlock those receptacles simply with the use of your smartphone, either Android or iOS based, although I did personally find that the iOS app was somewhat ahead of the Android app during my own testing of the product. Basically, I was getting a beta version of the app on my Samsung phone whenever I would try to download it. But when I switched over to my wife's iPhone, I was able to get the full version of the app, and that made things work a whole lot smoother. Now, stuff like that is to be expected sometimes when you're testing a product that's, really an early version of the product. And I do believe that they may have finalized that Android app now. It's called the Smart Armor app, and that probably improved a few other little things along the way too. In fact, I kind of believe that I was actually testing a prototype version of the lock, or at least something very close to that, like a very early production run, because I did have a little bit of troubleshooting difficulty with it in the beginning. Apparently the lock that I had been hand assembled as well, which is not the way that the subsequent locks are being put together. But anyway, the Smart Cube folks, the troubleshooting folks, were really awesome to deal with, and they actually ended up sending me a new, more updated version of the lock after a while, and at that point I stopped experiencing a lot of the connectivity issues that I was initially having. So definitely a few problems with the Smart Cube, but I believe that those can be mostly chalked up to it being a product that was still having some of the bugs worked out when I was initially testing it. That's been a few weeks ago now, so I believe things are quite a bit farther along now. I actually had to send it for French review a while ago. But anyway, there are a few different bits and pieces that come with the Smart Cube. So first there's the cube itself, which houses an internal mechanism that turns some basically tumblers, I guess you'd call them, and those tumblers will grab or release the locking bolt part, which is a part that you actually affix to the door or the drawer or whatever you're installing the Smart Cube in. And one thing that is really helpful about the Smart Cube during the installation process is it actually comes with a little guide card. It's kind of a little thing that you kind of stick in place first, and it tells you exactly how far in from the edge of the shelf that you want to affix the cube. And the cube actually uses 3M adhesive at first to take a hold, and then there's some screws that you can go ahead and screw it in there, to solidly have it in place. And also for the locking bolt part, it works exactly the same way, except that part goes on your door. Now, you can see here in the video how all of that works, and it's a very attractive little way to secure your important possessions without having to have a big ugly padlock on the outside of the door, or having to worry about keys or combinations or any of that sort of thing. And in my opinion, the Smart Cube is best used to protect possessions of importance, but not those of great monetary value, which would probably be better off in a heavy safe or a safety deposit box at the bank. Things like jewelry or expensive watches or whatever. But as a place to keep your important tax papers or cherished photos that you don't want the kids to scatter all over the house, it's really great for that sort of thing. Now, I do have a lot more to say about the Smart Cube in my complete written review over at the Best Buy Canada blog, so do check that out if you're interested in the product, and I will catch you in my next review. Thanks for watching.